but you have to understand that people have to be careful of their behavior, even if it's not illegal.
No, I mean, we should all govern ourselves.
That's correct.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a good point. It's just my whole issue is that, you know, the Muslims, some of them would say the same thing about the Quran or about anything else. And so we either have freedom of speech and freedom of private property and assembly, or we don't have it. We'll be back. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning TrendsResearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal Trends Forecast and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit TrendsResearch.com today. That's TrendsResearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
We are back live. I'm going to go straight into the news and then more of your phone calls. Tom, Tim, Jason, Frank, Mark, and others. The toll-free number to join us, 800-259-9231. Trying to get people to focus in on issues that really matter and understand who the global elite are and what their game plan is, because it's bad for 99.9% of the world population. Before we get into all this news, including the latest developments with the Quran burning situation, been a big development there, I want to tell you about eFoodsDirect.com, the highest quality storable foods at the best prices. They've got their special running, buy 3, get 1 free of any of their great product lines, non-GMO, non-hybrid, with all the depression danger and war danger and all the craziness that's going on. You cannot count on the government during a collapse or a problem or an emergency to take care of you. In fact, they'll come and take your guns in every case we've seen, like New Orleans and other cases. So efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633. Call and get a free brochure. Ask any questions, 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com. Big banners up on Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com. And continuing with preparedness, there's always the EcoloBlue.com. You could be drinking clean, fresh water made right out of the air you breathe. Now, this isn't something out of a science fiction book. Our wonderful sponsor, EcoloBlue, with the EcoloBlue 28 and the EcoloBlue 30 machines will allow you to do just that. It's easy to use. And it'll make up to 7.5 gallons per day and run it through 7 to 12 filter stage process, depending on which unit you buy, including reverse osmosis, carbon filtration techniques, ensuring that you know exactly what you're drinking. No chemicals, pollutants, or fluoride we spend so much talking about on this radio show. Get your very own source of unlimited, renewable drinking water for you and your family today by visiting them on the web at ECOLOBLUE.com, EcoloBlue.com, or by clicking on their banner at Infowars.com, or give them a call, 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043. And lastly, I want to tell you about Safe Castle. I'm proud to welcome this great sponsor, a well-known company in the preparedness field, Safe Castle LLC. Check them out at www.prepared.pro. That's www.prepared.pro. That's prepared.pro. That's prepared.pro. You can also get to their online site by visiting the prisonplanet.com banner, where you can see their ad on the right-hand side of the page. These folks have been in the readiness and preparedness business for 10 years. They're fond of saying that they're in the business of selling steel-plated peace of mind. They safe rooms, you name it, fortification doors. They sell everything you need to be more ready for what's happening and what's coming down the pike: survival gear, supplies, even steel-plated underground shelters and safe rooms. That's prepared.pro for professional crisis preparedness assistance. Check them out today. Okay, let me get into the news here. And boy, is there a lot of it. I'm going to move as quickly as possible so we can get more of your phone calls in. This story is so huge. We should have talked about this for the whole show. Hamilton and Keene call for domestic terrorism agency. What do you think Homeland Security is? What do you think mobile naked body scanners are for? What do you think the MIAC and Homeland Security reports cover? They cover you, the American people. It's all aimed at you. The guns are swung around domestically. The people that run our country and run our Pentagon have taken over more than 100 countries. They put dictators in. They want tyranny. They got a lot of well-meaning people that serve them who are compartmentalized. And now they admit 4 domestic groups. Use the InfraGard, the Clergy Response Team, the 800,000+ top secret USA private spies, the private mercenaries. It's all for us. And this story is so important, and it, of course, integrates and dovetails with the Pentagon saying we've got to, quote, secure the web by tracking and tracing it. That's also up on the websites. Hamilton and Keene called for domestic terrorism agency. The federal government needs an agency specifying and specifically charged with identifying radicalization or working to prevent terrorist recruitment of U.S. citizens and residents. And what do they say? The Internet. Anti-globalist, anti-New World Order. What does Homeland Security say in their reports? What does FEMA say? What does the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, say? They want to shut down free speech. They want these hate laws. They want it all. It's incredible. So that's up on the site. Continuing here with the news. Here is the latest developments dealing with the Koran burning set for tomorrow at International Burned Koran Day, the epicenter being in Florida. Koran burning pastor says he has a 2-hour deadline. The pastor at the center of the Koran burning fight has given a New York imam 2 hours to contact him about plans to build a mosque near Ground Zero. He was previously visited by one of the top imams involved and told that, and I believe he's telling the truth about this, told that they would move the mosque if he didn't do this. Then the imam came out and said, I didn't tell him that specifically. I said I'd talk to him about maybe doing it if he didn't burn the Koran. And so now he's put out a 2-hour deadline. We'll be writing about this and covering it on Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com. But Muslims need to know this. If that Koran gets burned and you run around and blow stuff up or burn buildings, or the government may do it and blame it on you, or you do that overseas, it's going to be used to further demonize you, and it'll be used as a pretext to limit your numbers being immigrated. It will probably actually accelerate it, but on paper they'll claim they're going to limit it. And they're going to use it to try to limit free speech in this country. So if you really are an American and you really are for free speech, stop having your chain pulled, your buttons pushed. Don't buy into this. Don't go along with it. I said the same thing on the mosque at Ground Zero. You can't have your cake and eat it too, living in a free country. You can go to Saudi Arabia, criticize the government, they'll chop your head off. Okay? I mean, if you like that, you like living like that, go there. Okay? It's that simple. The pastor at the center of the Koran burning has given the New York imam 2 hours. Pastor Terry Jones and his colleague, Pastor K.A. Paul, read out 2 telephone numbers live on television and urged the imam to contact them as soon as possible. Well, that's crazy. He'd never be able to get through if he tried. They did not say what would happen if he failed to get in touch with them, and the deadline expires just after 8:30 tonight. Well, how can that be a 2-hour? I guess Sky News got their time zones wrong, because that's 5 hours, 6 hours from now. That is not 2.5 hours. Sky News U.S. correspondent Robert Nisbet, who was at the news conference, said this is absolutely extraordinary. It appears the pastor has reconsidered his earlier deal over the New York mosque. That deal was broken. The imam says he didn't make the deal with him. So they're saying the pastor has backed off and waffled or flip-flopped. No, he hasn't. He says he had a deal, and the deal has been broken. Regardless of what you think of this guy and his church, that's what's going on here. He added, worryingly, none of the U.S. cable networks showed the press conference, so Imam Rauf may not have seen it. You got to love the media. They hype all this for 3 weeks. We sit back and watch it, hardly talk about it, hoping this wouldn't turn into this. And then now, a day before, they announced last night, we're going to stop covering it. But they're really still covering it. They're just not covering what the pastor actually has to say. Okay, the audio of this is up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.net in Steve Watson's article. Congressman Ron Paul hints at 2012 presidential campaign. It's something I think about every single day. The Texas Congressman Ron Paul has hinted that he is strongly considering another presidential run in 2012. If he's going to do it, he needs to get going. He needs to get a jump on him. Paul, who previously ran for the Republican nomination in 2008 and under the Libertarian Party in 1988, told an interviewer that it's something I think about every single day. The congressman's comments came during an interview with his former House colleague, Bob Bowman, a legal counsel for the Sovereign Society, an independent investment advisory group. Paul said it would be a tough decision, but that he believes the American people are ready to embrace a new political direction. The comments have not been picked up by the mainstream media sources as of yet. The congressman has previously downplayed rumors of another presidential campaign, saying it is unlikely, however, following a string of successes in recent surveys and straw polls, including victory in the Conservative Political Action Committee CPAC presidential straw poll. It seemed Paul is now reconsidering his earlier statements. Well, look, Paul knows that the platform, even if he loses, to talk about true liberty, true conservatism, anti-war, exposing the private Federal Reserve, he must run so that he's in those debates and reaches tens of millions more Americans. You think the movement for liberty got energized and the true original Tea Party had its genesis because of Ron Paul's 2007-2008 run. This will super turbocharge it. We'll be deeper into the Depression in the next year and a half. Everything he talked about and we talked about is coming true. Rand Paul's now 15 points ahead, gaining 7 to 8 points against his rival because the demonization campaign backfired. He has got to run. Paul's comments add weight to more recent rumblings that he may once again pick up the presidential campaign mantle in 2012. Earlier this year, the congressman's wife, Carol, stated that if you ask him now, he'd probably say no. He doesn't do that on this show. But he did say things are happening so quickly and fast in the country. If we're at a crisis period and they need someone with the knowledge he has, then he would do it. And it goes on from there. Now, we put the question out to Twitter.com/RealAlexJones, Twitter folks. And we said, who would you like to see him run with? And we got hundreds of these. I can't read them all, but the first one is, Ron Paul / Jesse Ventura. Well, I happen to be with Ventura for 3 days. We flew together. We stayed at the same hotel. We ate dinner together.